Welcome back to the channel, everyone. RazorMP here, and today we're taking a closer look at the Kriss Vector CRB Gen 3, chambered in 9mm, with 16-inch barrel, of course. Before we get started though, I want to thank all my channel members and subscribers for your continued support. You all help really keep this channel going. Also, big shout out to Scottsdale Tactical for their ongoing support of the channel as well. Now, this Gen 3 Vector was loaned to me by Kriss USA specifically for review. I had a chance to get a full rundown of the new features directly from the Kriss team at SHOT Show 2025. I'll link that here, which gave me a better sense of the direction they were taking with this update. For context, I own a Gen 2 Vector, so I was especially interested in seeing how this new model compares from a user standpoint. As always, this review is based solely on my own experiences and observations. It's not a paid review, and all range testing was done safely in a controlled environment following YouTube's firearm community guidelines. Let's get into it. At a glance, the Gen 3 CRB keeps the iconic Vector's design that a lot of people recognize immediately, but there are some notable changes under the hood and in the ergonomics themselves. It still runs the Super V recoil mitigation system, which uses a delayed blowback design paired with a slider that redirects energy downward instead of straight back. Simply put, the bolt comes back, hinges in the center, and drives down between the magazine and the trigger. So it has that inertia that is actually pushing the rifle down every time it releases the gases. So, pretty impressive system. That downward force acts as a counterbalance, making the platform feel very stable under rapid fire, something I've always appreciated about my Gen 2 as well. You also get one of the lowest bore axes on the market. The barrel actually sits below the fire control group, which helps keep the muzzle flat and reduces the amount of climb between shots. Now, moving on to what's really new with the Gen 3. The upper and the lower housings have been completely redesigned. The front of the magwell has improved contouring and texture for a more controlled grip, and you'll see the updated Vector logo on both sides this time around. The pistol grip is now Kriss's beaver tail design, but it's also AR compatible. If you want to swap it out for something else, your favorite AR grip, you can do that now. Now, one of the standout changes is the ambidextrous folding stock, which you can fold it to either side depending on your preference. And it has 3 preset length of pull positions, which is a solid upgrade for comfort and adjustability. They've also moved away from the older Picatinny style rails in favor of new M-LOK barrel shroud. You get 5 M-LOK slots on each side and 6 on the bottom. So whether you're mounting lights, grips, or bipods, there is plenty of room for customization. Controls were another area where they focused on. You now get a reversible ambidextrous magazine release, a short throw safety lever, and a redesigned shorter charging handle with an updated bolt release. All the controls felt a bit more refined compared to my Gen 2, especially when running reload drills. For those of you looking at the platform from a practical standpoint, it's chambered in 9mm, uses full-size Glock mags. This one came with a 40-round mag. You can see it sticking out right here. The barrel is 16 inches and made from 4140 chrome moly with a black nitride finish. The overall weight is 7.7 pounds, and the length is about 35 inches collapsed and 37 inches fully extended. Trigger-wise, it's a single-stage pivoting trigger with about 0.7mm of pre-travel. It breaks clean and consistent, and while it's not necessarily match grade, it works well for its role in PCC and recreational shooting. Let's head out to the range so you can see how it handles live fire compared to the older generation. So, let's see how it shoots. nice. Real smooth action, hardly any felt recoil whatsoever. Very nicely done. So here's my takeaway after spending time with it. The Kriss Vector Gen 3 does feel like a meaningful evolution of the platform. Aesthetically, it still carries the Vector DNA, but the updates in ergonomics, modularity, and control layout bring it closer to what modern PCC shooter is probably looking for. That said, it's still a very niche platform. It's not going to be for everyone. And some of the quirks from earlier generations still kind of remain. But if you're a fan of the Vector system, like I am, or already run Glock mags in your setup, this could be a solid addition. Me, personally, I really do like the SBR version a lot better. Anyway, if you're looking to compete with a PCC or just enjoy something different at the range, this might be the platform for you. Thanks again to Kriss USA for sending this one out for review. If you found this helpful, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you can find the full parts list at my website at www.razormp.com. So, until next time, I'll see you on the high ground or the next video. RazorMP out.